Hello, everyone, and welcome back. As always, I'm your girl, Candy Washington. Before we dive into today's Geeky, which is Kyle Richards' husband, Mauricio Umansky, spilling the beans. Over here, we hear what people say, but we listen to what they're actually saying. So let's break it down when he talks about the cheating rumors with him and Dorit Kemsley, and also describing what Kyle is currently going through. I think it's a midlife crisis, or maybe it's like I don't know. Kyle's up there, so maybe it's like post midlife crisis. I don't know. I'm not being shady. No tea, no shade. But anyway, before we dive in, you know what to do. Go ahead and like this video. Subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss it when we go live. Also, be sure to share this with a friend because the key is always better with community. And check out our description box down below and shop our love collection. So with that, you guys, let's dive right on in. So this is according to Reality Blurb. We'll go through the article, and of course, we will give our commentary. So this says, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star Mauricio Umansky addresses Dorit rumors, Kyle's, quote, sexy season 13, and Kathy Hilton, plus teases Farrah's wedding on buying Beverly Hills and talks nepotism. Mauricio Umansky looked back on the moment he learned he was being romantically tied to a family friend and the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills co-star Dorit Kemsley while appearing on an episode of Carlos King's podcast earlier this week. Okay, side note. When these rumors first came out, I was like, no way. Like, sure, Mauricio might be a cad daddy. He might cheat on Kyle. Kyle might cheat on him. There might be this open marriage situation. Sort of this understanding like, you do you, I'll do me. Just don't get caught and don't embarrass us. Because that's been the rumors for decades about these two. So personally, I'm like, do you? Look, I'm not anyone to judge. If you have an open marriage, an open relationship, that is your business. It's not my place to judge it. But it is shady and very, very messy if it's true that Mauricio was having an affair with Dorit, right? Let's not forget, Dorit is one of Kyle's best friends. She's also her co-star and the wife of Mauricio's really good friend, PK. But when I saw the way Dorit smelled Mauricio and kissed him, when she was like pretending that her house gotten broken into for the insurance money, allegedly. That whole scene, the way she smelled him, like I don't know, I don't know you guys, but for me, that sealed the deal that either they have slept together, they are sleeping together, or she wants to sleep with him. It was just the way she smelled him, to me, was sexual. It was very, very, very familiar in a sexual way, not familiar in a friend way, not familiar in, this is my best friend's husband way, or this is my friend. It was familiar in a, we have been intimate. I feel connected to you. I feel like I have a secret with you. It was, that to me is what really sealed the deal. But I want to know what you guys think. But also, let's keep going. Okay, so in addition to discussing Kyle Richards' super sexy look for season 13, her current status with sister Kathy Hilton, and Farrah's upcoming wedding, the Buying Beverly Hills cast member revealed his initial reaction to the gross rumors linking him to Paul PK Kemsley's wife. When I heard about it, I remember my wife walked in. I was coming out of the shower. She told me about it. I said, and I just effing laughed. I don't know what to say or what to do, Mauricio admitted on the December 20th episode of Reality with the King. PK is one of my best friends. We all hang out a ton together, and if you can't laugh at your own stuff, there's no way I'd survive 12 seasons of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. You gotta have thick skin. Side note. This is the thing, Mauricio. You said, I don't know what to say or what to do. You didn't say, I didn't do it. You didn't say, this isn't true. You said, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. And you just laughed it off. That's not a denial. That's not like this is crazy, this is insane, this is ridiculous. That's a I don't know what to say, I don't know what to do. Guess I have to have a thick skin and laugh it off. That's not a denial. That's not a denial. And we all know they like to get really slick with their words, right? But let's keep going. Kyle knows this firsthand, especially after enduring a messy falling out with Kathy on season 12, which resulted in an ongoing months-long estrangement between them. However, after wrapping filming months ago, Mauricio confirmed Kyle is, quote, doing great as she prepares to return to production on season 13. She's taking some much needed time off, she's relaxing, she's chilling, and she's in her happy place doing a lot of walking and getting herself into shape, Mauricio revealed. Listen, the shade of it all. This again, people always tell on themselves. They think they're smart, but you have to actually listen to what people say. She's taking some much needed time off. The entire production was put on pause. She wasn't like, I need to take a break from my mental health. And obviously that's not, being disrespectful to mental health. You guys all know I love self-care and wellness. I'm just shading Kyle. Okay. It's not like she was taking time off for her own mental health and to get herself together. The entire production was on pause. So shut up, Mauricio. Next, and getting herself into shape. Was she not in shape before? You know what I mean? It's like she's getting herself into shape. Why? To compete with Dorit? Because Dorit is money well spent. Money well spent is Dorit. She looks very, very different than how she used to look. And I'm not body shaming her. I think she actually looks great, but it's money well spent. And I think that Kyle might be trying to compete with that. Kyle got her like 5th or 6th nose job. She's lost about 20 pounds at least. She took out her implants. She, got the highlights in her hair. Her teeth were even looking different. So I don't know. Is she getting herself into shape or is she morphing into Dorit? Is this screaming midlife crisis? I don't know. But let's keep going. I'll tell you, when you guys see her, you've never seen a better, sexier Kyle than on the next season. She's just been working out every single day. She's in such good shape, and mentally, she's getting a lot better. So mentally and physically, you're saying she's having this glow up, which obviously I'm all for. If you're not feeling good mentally, do what you have to do to get mentally healthy and stable. If you're not feeling good physically, yes, do what you need to do to get, physically healthy, work out. It's about to be the new year. We're all going to be doing our cleanses and our goals and our body goals and all that. Like, of course. However, with Kyle's situation, I do find it very suspicious that all of a sudden, Kyle is trying to get into shape. She's getting nose jobs. She's getting her teeth fixed. She's getting haircuts and hair dyes and all of this, working out every single day, when rumors come out that her husband is allegedly having an affair with her blonde, super thin best friend, Dorit Kemsley. And we all know Kyle talks about her anxiety. Again, that is no disrespect to mental health, but she also sometimes, it seems as though, uses that as her scapegoat. She's crying all the time and she has a frog in her throat and she can't talk and she runs away from problems. Wherein it's like, we get it, Kyle, but you also have to be an adult and you have to be honest about the role that you play in the drama. Kathy Hilton is not the villain. She's not the enemy. You've done a lot of things to people. You did LVP wrong. You did your sister Kim wrong. You did your sister Kathy wrong. You've done a lot of people wrong. You did Garcelle wrong and dirty. And you can't say, oh, I have anxiety and that's why I run away from things, when you play your role in it. It's called being an adult and taking accountability. So I think Kyle might be going through some midlife crisis where now we're calling her to the carpet. It's been goodbye, Kyle. It's been vile, Kyle. But this last season was a whole nother level of we see you, Kyle. The confessionals that came out, her doing dirty dealings with Lisa Rinna and Erica Jane that came out. So I think that, yeah, she might be struggling mentally, but I think it's because we're actually saying you need to be held accountable for the dirty things you've done, Kyle. We see you and you don't get a pass because you're crying. And I do think this whole getting into shape and the plastic surgery and all of that stuff, that's great. Do whatever is going to make you feel good about yourself. As long as it's coming from a place of I'm worthy and I'm deserving and I choose to look how I want to look. And this is what I'm going to do for myself. Not, in order to be worthy and good enough, I feel like I have to lose weight and, a nip and a tuck and go under the knife and all of that stuff. I'm not with that part. No. But I'm just not sure where all of this is coming from with Kyle. It gives me midlife crisis vibes. It gives me, I believe the rumors and I'm going to stay in denial. I'm going to stick beside my man and I am going to morph into what I think he wants. That's the vibe it gives me. And Mauricio said it in his own, he even said it, she's getting herself into shape. She's never going to look sexier. I don't know. I would want my husband to say, like when I get married one day, I would want my husband to say, Candy's always looks amazing. No matter what, she's gorgeous and she's great. She's always been sexy. She says she keeps getting sexy. Just the wording of it is a little suspicious. But let's keep going. Still, when it comes to her relationship with Kathy, Mauricio said he doesn't think they've made up yet. I don't know if they will. They won't. We obviously have some weddings to plan. So hopefully we can have all of the family together for all of the family events coming up. She continued, adding that it was very possible that Farrah and Alex, I think they meant he continued. He continued, adding that it's very possible that Farrah and Alex's upcoming nuptials will be featured on the potential second season of Buying Beverly Hills. Listen, Mauricio, you're very thirsty trying to get a second season yet. It's a potential, so you haven't been greenlit. We got it. When Alex proposed to Farrah on the first season, it seemed very forced. It did not seem genuine. It seemed out of the blue in the sense of they didn't seem to have a real love story. Quiet as kept, it came out that she basically had an overnight bag at his house. She had her own house, he had his house, and I'm all for that. Listen, if you can have your own house and have that security and still have a great relationship, girl, do you, boo-boo. You know what I'm saying? I think that's great. But if you don't have your stuff permanently there, that is just a glorified booty call. Oh, let me bring my bag over for an overnight hookup and then I'm going to schlep my bag back home when you've been with this man for years. And that was the situation right before he proposed. So, and also don't forget about the blind item that alluded to Alex cheating on Farrah. Again, it's a blind item, so could be true, could be not true, but given the dynamics of their relationship, I would not be surprised if it was true. It just seemed really forced. It seemed like it was for the cameras. And it seemed like she'd been in a glorified booty call up until that point. If you can't keep a toothbrush at your man's house, is that your man? I don't know. But let's keep going. Because many have felt that Mauricio and Kyle's daughters, including Farrah and Alexia, have had a major advantage in real estate due to Mauricio's history and super successful firm. Nepotism is often discussed. And while it may not be the easiest topic to address, Mauricio appreciated the children's authenticity amid filming. I think one of the most beautiful things that they did was show their authenticity. They were vulnerable, he noted. I think everybody was vulnerable, but it obviously started with them. And I think that's what makes one of these shows a great show and an entertaining show to watch. That vulnerability to make the mistakes. It's not everybody's perfect. It's not everybody's great. Listen. This is the thing, Mauricio. You're talking about authenticity and vulnerability when it comes to nepotism, yet you decided that you were going to not talk about the fact that you got your start in real estate because of Rick Hilton. That is also a form of nepotism. Because you were family, although it's family in law, but you're still family, that's still nepotism. So because of nepotism, Mauricio, you yourself is the real estate agent, the agency guy you are today because of nepotism. Someone in your family, your wife's sister's husband, that's still nepotism, got you into the real estate industry. And you worked for Hilton and Highland for years, and then you poached investors and clients and other agents. So are you talking about being vulnerable? Are you talking about authenticity when you failed to mention that in your show? I thought you were doing a reality show. So you want to talk about the nepotism when it comes to your daughters, but you conveniently left out the nepotism when it came to yourself, because I highly doubt you would have the agency today if it were not for the fact that Rick Hilton brought you in. And that is also nepotism. So shut up, Mauricio. Okay, let's keep going. While Mauricio loved having the opportunity to film his own reality show with his daughters, all of whom deemed as his favorite, he admitted that hearing about daughter Alexia's romance and makeouts with cast member Joey Benzevi, sorry if I said that name wrong, Joey, was definitely weird. I'm not gonna lie, it's uncomfortable, he shared. It's weird, especially watching it, but by the same token, it's one of the things that makes us closer and stronger. A lot of times, parents and kids don't talk about things. You avoid certain conversations because they're uncomfortable. And one of the things that reality television and this show have done is force us to have conversations that are uncomfortable. And when you get to have those forced conversations, you actually get a lot closer. Mauricio, that's just called being a dad. Shut up. Like, I'm confused. I'm really confused. It forces you to have those conversations. You mean asking your daughter if she's seeing someone or dating someone? And to be honest, your daughter Alexia was also a glorified booty call. Basically, on the show, this is what it was. It was Alexia and that guy Joey. On the lunch breaks, they would go into Mauricio's cars or whoever cars they were, and they'd make out. That was it. So again, both of your daughters were being glorified booty calls. And I actually really, really like both of the daughters. I have nothing against the children. I think the children, there's like a grown adult, and so is Alexia, actually. I actually think that Alexia to me seems a little stunted, a little arrested development. Farrah to me seems beautiful and smart and a very driven, intelligent businesswoman. She's really great at real estate. But both of their relationships were glorified booty calls. And to be honest, there's actually nothing wrong with that. Just don't fake the funk like it's something that it's not. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, also on the podcast, Mauricio detailed the self-reflection that goes into being a reality star. You actually, for the first time in your life, watch who other people see you as being. And that's why so many issues arise on reality television, he explained. You may not like yourself, you think you like yourself, but once you watch yourself on television, you actually realize, hold on a second, I'm not a great person. Mauricio. That actually might have been the most honest, vulnerable, authentic, transparent thing you've ever said in the 12 to 13 years you've been on reality television. He literally said, hold on a second, I'm not a great person. That is what he said. You heard it from the horse's mouth. Listen, Mauricio, just to quickly recap, you basically said that Kyle is going through a midlife crisis. She's working out every day. She's working on her mental health and, all of that stuff. Everything, all of that, which I think is great. Work on yourself. If you need to work on your mental health, work on your mental health. It's a daily thing. It's a daily thing. If you want to get in shape, get in shape. But again, it's not what you do, it's why you do it. And I really think that Kyle is going through it. It is what it is. He never denied having the affair with Dorit. He just said, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. Just got to laugh it off. So take that as you will. And out of his own mouth, he said, I'm not a great person. Out of his own mouth, he said, I'm not a great person. And that's what we've been saying all along. Mauricio Marine Umansky. But with that, you guys, I want to know what you guys think. Are you like me? And do you think that Kyle is going through some sort of late in life crisis, some midlife crisis going on because of the Dorit cheating rumors, because she's being held accountable with how she's treated her sisters and how she's treated other people on the show? And I think that is really causing her to have the issues she's having. That's what I think is going on, but I want to know what you guys think. Also, what do you think about Mauricio's non-denial? Do you think that, not denying it is kind of low-key admitting it? What do you guys think? Put it down below. And then what do you think about the whole nepotism situation going on with, the agency buying Beverly Hills and Mauricio and his daughters and Rick Hilton? Are you like me and are you like Mauricio? You're the biggest hypocrite and you really don't get it. The fact that you even have the agency is because of nepotism. If it were not for Rick Hilton, who is a part of your family, not by blood, but by law, he's a part of your family and he helped you get in. That's nepotism. So stop trying to talk about your daughters. They're like second generation nepotism, your first generation nepotism, okay? Put it down below. And then also, what do you think about Ding Dong Dorit? She has been very silent, very, very silent since the whole end of the last season, since the Mauricio cheating allegations, since the questions around her, house being broken into, since her alleged feud with Erica Jane. What do you think's going on with Ding Dong Dorit? I want to know what you guys think. Put it down below. But before you do that, you know what to do. Go ahead and like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss it when we go live. Also, be sure to share this with a friend because a kiki is always better with community. And check out our description box down below. With that, you guys, happy holidays. Bye.
Welcome to Sugar Pills, a practical guide to self-care, where your host, writer, actor, and producer Candy Washington helps you live a more joyful life with a cheeky dash of pop culture news. Be sure to subscribe, leave a 5-star review, and join the conversation on Instagram @Candy Washington. Let's go!